Welcome back to another episode of Fake Pokemon Cards Exposed, featuring this time Charizard EX 100 from Flashfire. So, on our last episode, we exposed plenty of variations for the fake Mega Charizard EX 108. And today we're going to look at another card that is not as common in terms of being faked, but it is faked quite often nonetheless. So on PokemonCards.com, we can see the official version. So as you can see, the set Flashfire, it came out in 2014. This card in particular has a weakness to water. And, you take a look at the rest of the text, etc. So this is basically the full art Charizard EX. Now, we're going to pull up the example from the actual application, Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. So I just pulled up the official trading card game online, and as you can see, this is what the card is supposed to look like. The full art card, again, 2014, water weakness. Read the rest of this, but take a look at the pattern, foil pattern. All of the full art cards in the EX, in the XY era, have a standard texture, so they're not supposed to be all smooth in terms of texture. They're supposed to have these lines, grid lines, and some kind of unique pattern to them. For the Charizard EX 100 in particular, it has a spiral towards the center type of foiling. So if your card doesn't have this, it's very easy to tell it's a fake card. So now we're going to look at some of the eBay listings again to see what people are selling, what people are buying, and what are scams to look out for. Now, we can take a look at some of the official versions. And what do we see? So this one is an actual card from PSA. And it's a little bit difficult to tell, but you do see some of the standard texture on the Charizard card. The hollow foil is vertical. That's perfectly normal. And you see on the leg here, there is some special texture. You can't really see the spiraling from this point of view, but let's take a look at another example. Alright, let's see. For this next example, this is a real card. And again, how you can tell, right? You look at the texture and the hollow foil pattern. When you take a look at this card, you see how there is a spiraling towards the center. There are grid lines, horizontal lines everywhere throughout the card. And if you read everything else, the year that it came out in, which is 2014, the weakness, which is water, and everything else checks out. So this is a real card. Now let's take a look at some of the fake listings that were sold recently. Here's one. So this one, recently sold on July 24th for $170. This card is a fake. Now, how do we confirm this is a fake? So this card, it looks kind of funny, right? Because it says it came out in 2013. We know that can't be true because Flashfire came out in 2014. That's a dead giveaway. The second thing is, the weakness is lightning. Again, this card is weak to water. So the person who made this fake card, purposely put some clues to let you know that this is a fake. Because most people who fake cards, they don't want to make an exact replica. It'll be a lot harder for people to distinguish what is real, what is fake. Most fake cards, they're going to have something that's a dead giveaway. So then people who know what they're looking for will not fall for the fake cards. People who don't know, well, you get scammed. But other telltale signs of this being a fake is, you look at the text, it's off, and the foiling pattern in particular is completely off, right? You don't see any of the standard texturized patterns at all from this card, and you know this is a fake. Alright, let's see. Anything else recently sold that was a fake? I would like to say that most people aren't dumb enough to fall for these fakes, but every now and then, you see some people falling for these. So again, this one's a fake. So again, you know, this is the exact same fake as the last one, right? You see the year's off, weakness is off, but it's even worse because this card, it doesn't even have a bottom border. You see, the bottom border has been completely cut, which is it's not normal at all. If you take a look at the official card, right, the year doesn't fall on it doesn't fall on the black border at all. And yeah, if you look at the text as well, flip a coin, period, if heads, comma, right? If you look at a fake card, it says flip a coin, comma, if heads, comma, and there's no spacing. You know, whoever did this did a very sloppy job, and obviously this is a fake, you know? But again, people are falling for just these types of fakes. Somebody paid, there's 6 bids. 2 people decided to bid each other up for this fake card. Unbelievable. You know, the good thing about eBay is that most people post pictures of their cards, right? Well, let's take a look at TCGPlayer, where the pitfall is most of these listings don't have a picture. So when we look at Charizard EX 100 on TCGPlayer, right, there are 51 listings without photos and 3 that are with photos. So that means any one of these guys could potentially have a fake card. But do you really trust them? I mean, the near mint cards are very few and far between. And really, I think, you know, you just really have to be careful, right? Because some of these guys are just Timmies who are selling their personal collections. They don't really know they have a real or fake card. Let's take a look, right? Let's take a look at the card listings with photos. So we have 3 examples, 1, 2, and 3. This one. Take a look. This card is real, right? Weakness, year, texture, checks out. This one's Korean, so I'm not an expert on that, so I'll skip this. Alright, this one. Being listed as near mint for $100. This is a fake. It's 2013, lightning weakness. You know, the weird periods missing, right? And there's no texture. This guy's selling a fake card. Thanks, mate. So, I'm going to report this guy selling a fake card. Thanks, Kaiden's shop. Should close shop right now. Okay, so let's take a look at Mercari as well. So we look at some of these listings, right? This one, for example. This is a real card. This is a very good example of how to tell it's a real card, because you can see the texture, the spiral texture. It circles back into the wing of the Charizard card. Everything else checks out. You know, this is real. This is an extremely good example of how to tell it's real. You see how awesome the texture of the card is. Now let's take a look at some fakes. This guy's selling a fake. So the images are not that clear, but again, it's lightning, you know, and there's no texture. And this guy has the audacity to put a picture next to a real card. You can even tell from the back how fake it is. The colors are off, right? But typically when somebody's selling a fake card, they're not going to actually put the back of the fake card because it's too telling. It's a clear tell, right? This is another fake. So again, year's wrong, lightning's not the right color, and no spiral, no texture. Fake. So yeah, there you have it. Fake Charizard 100 EX. Just like the other Charizard, plenty of fakes out there. Everybody be extremely careful when you're purchasing this card. Now, to give you guys an update on the Charizard card that I bought. You know, it's a real challenge to find that Mega Charizard EX 108 for an affordable price, but I managed to. After several months of looking and sorting through hundreds of fake listings, I finally got one. To give you an update from my last video, I was chasing this Mega Charizard EX 108 secret rare from Flashfire for the longest time. For about 5-6 months. Trying to find one that was real. And in my last video, I, told you how you can look for fake cards. But now, I have the real card in hand. I'm going to show you what it looks like. in terms of foiling and patterns and etc. What the real version is supposed to look like. So as you can see, the real version, right? It's smooth in terms of texture. Only the full arts have a specialized texture. But the things that you can look out for are certain patterns. So, for example, if you look at the card, it has a vertical type of foiling pattern, and the foiling can only be seen at certain places. So that includes the eye of the Charizard, right? If you see that, the eye shines, but nowhere else on the Charizard should shine except the eyeball, right? And then you can see the shine on the Mega Evolution rule, as well as this one. The Pokemon EX rule is also supposed to shine. So that's how the real version is supposed to operate. In addition, you can also see a slight foiling on the star here. It's a little bit hard to see, but there it is. And lastly, again, everything that you need to check are the text for the gold version, 108, for the gold kanji, the number and the year is 2014, and the rest of the coloring, right? Everything I talked about in my last video. I'm going to show you some other examples. Well, this one, I'm not going to take it out of the sleeve, but this is the other secret rare from Flashfire, 107. Again, it's very consistent. The foiling, it's vertical, right? The foiling you can see on the Mega Evolution rule, you can see it on the Pokemon EX rule. The eyes also has a foiling, but the rest of the dragon does not, right? So when you're asking for pictures online, make sure the seller tries to take a picture that shows you all of these, so you can tell that it's a real card. Again, because the Mega Charizard EX is duped so much, there are 4 variations, and the biggest takeaway is you have to look at the edges. If they don't look natural, it's a fake. If the year's off, it's fake. If the color's off, it's fake. There's a lot of things to look out for. And just to show you how things are supposed to foil, again, this is from another set, but every EX card from the XY era, they have the same foil pattern. It's vertical, it shines on the eye, shines the Mega Evolution rule box, etc. And lastly, this is Charizard EX promo. Take a look at the shine, the foil on the eye, nowhere else, right? And there you have it. How you can tell what is a real card.